With the finale fast approaching, it seems like everybody on Love Island USA is locking in. The 100K is within reach and everybody is getting their game plan together. Nicolandra is locking in. Everybody in the villa seems to be rooting for them. Nick is saying how he's really attracted to Alandra. Alandra is saying that she's been attracted to Nick from day one. They're cuddling in bed. Alandra is putting them cheeks to good use. So it seems like they're progressing physically, and I think we're probably going to get another Nicolandra kiss before the finale. Brian and Amaya, they're locking in. Brian is game. He's talking about how he's ready to fall for Amaya. And just after he says that, they're in the hideaway, and we're going to see the continuation of that in the next episode. Is he going to take it all the way? I think so. I think for his own pleasure and his own enjoyment, I don't think he would have sex with Amaya just for 100K. I think it's I think this is simply a win-win situation for both of them. Do you think they are going to have sex in the hideaway though? Let me know. I feel like they are. Then we have Chris and Huda. Now they actually had a little hiccup this episode with the baby challenge. Chris was being a bit careless. You know, he was basically pushing all of the labor on Huda, it seemed, and Huda did check him on that. It wasn't a big argument. They squashed the beef straight away. And the way that they squashed the beef, because Chris seemed to be a little bit annoyed before. He was talking about how he feels like Huda is controlling, how she needs to dominate everything. But it seems like they squashed the beef quick. He also admitted that him and Huda have had sex. So it seems like he's locking in as well. He's being quite respectful about it. He's only told one person, and Huda hasn't told the girls, which I think is quite interesting, but we haven't seen her tell the girls yet. So it seems like Chris is locking in with Huda. Again, I feel like maybe a week or two earlier, Chris and Huda would probably be arguing. I mean, they have had good communication style, but is Chris being willing to sort things out with Huda so quickly and hear her out and understand her side of the story? Does that have something to do with the fact that the final is on the horizon? He knows that the public likes them together. There's rumors about him basically saying that he's jobless. So this relationship could be a good deal for him to ride out of here as a PR relationship, as a place to stay, you know, if he plays his cards right. I've already seen people coming for Huda basically saying, you know, Chris is right, Huda is dominating, blah, 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 blah. I think she is dominating, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because as we see, these men are useless. So sometimes you gotta be in control. And I do think Huda's points were very valid. The points that she brought up, I feel like some people feel like she's nitpicking, but at the end of the day, the things that she peeped, I think that's things that people should be peeping. You should be checking careless behavior, and you should be checking the disrespect. So personally, I thought that her points were valid. She did ask for feedback from Chris. He decided to keep his mouth quiet. That's his choice. The floor was open. He didn't want to say anything about how he thinks she's a little bit controlling. He didn't want to really negotiate on that. So, like I said, he clearly has an ulterior motive, but he's looking in. But what do you guys think? I don't know. I think Chris is definitely giving me user vibes, but if they're going to lock in for this 100K, they can lock in. And we have Iris and Pepe. Iris has been crying for 40 days and 40 nights over Hannah. He can smell the 100K. You know, the public seemed to like him. He scored quite well in the public polling challenge. He was saved in the last elimination. So the fact that he's still there instead of going back home to Hannah, he's there to play the game, and he's probably thinking, maybe I could have a chance of winning this 100K. Let me lock in with Iris. They kissed this episode. Ace and Shelly, they're having a date this episode. I wasn't really paying attention, so I don't know if they closed themselves off in this episode, if someone could confirm, but they're pretty much locked off. They had a cute date. They're locking in. Taylor and Clark, yesterday we saw them having a cute date. They were very good in the baby challenge. They're already locked in. So everybody's looking in to get this money. But who is going to win it? Who do you think should win it? For me, number one, I'm not going to lie. I've fallen... you know what? I have been a Nicolandra stan, low-key. For me, based on the episode, who I'm rooting for, I am rooting for Nicolandra. I am rooting for Nicolandra. I am on the Nicolandra train. Number two, Amaya. I think for me, my personal ranking is number one, Nicolandra. I have fallen for the Nicolandra propaganda. They're both playing their part and I respect it. My first runner-up, Amaya and Brian. Brian is locked in, Amaya is locked in. They're my first runners-up, but if they do win, I would be happy for them as well. But if either Nicolandria or Bramaya win, I'd be happy with that. So one or two either. So them being the one or the two, I think Nicolandria is edging in front in public support as well. I do think the way things are going, if we can have another Nicolandria kiss before the final, I think they will win it. With Amaya and Brian being the first runners-up. And third place, I think third place will be Ace and Shelley. I don't want Ace to win. And Shelley, even though she's a bit of a bird, I do like her, but I just don't want Ace to win. But I do feel like their locking in is cute. Potentially, maybe they could be in second place. I don't think they're going to win it, but I do think they're going to be on the podium. I don't think Ice and Pepe... I think Iris and Pepe, they're clearly a new couple. They're clearly both trying to make it work. I don't think they're going to touch the podium. But you never know. You never know. It could be a surprise podium vote. Chris and Huda, I think they were going well, but I think it's just coming increasingly clear that Chris is a bit of a user. It's given he's a deadbeat. It's given he's a homosexual. So, yeah. I think now what people were feeling a week ago, they're not feeling anymore. So I don't think they're going to be touching the podium. I got to hear what your predictions are for the win. What are your current rankings so far? Do you think they're subject to change as the episodes go on? There is still a dumping that's going to be in the next episode. Who do you think is going to be dumped? I think it's going to be between Iris and Pepe and Taylor and Clark. So yeah, let me know your predictions for that. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on the couples so far.